Parking lots. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a minute. Just want to wait a minute. Let's count these. How many how many fuses do you think I have in this bottle? You wanna guess? How many fuses do I have in this bottle? In this peanut container? You can kinda see them. Let me count. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a number. How many non-essential fuses do I have that I could pull? Hey Travis, long time no talk. Hope you've been well, and congrats navigating the prison system. Oh, Nucky from the Australia. Yeah, that's a familiar guy. Yeah, he's living a good life over there. A prison system with your wits. Yeah, low profile. Yeah, from Australia. That's incredible. Okay, sounds like 11. I can't really type in here. Right. Retouch? Lighting? Let me look at the lighting for a second. Relight on. Oh my god. I just turned relight on and it seems to improve the light. Let me look at that again. Relight off. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, I'm gonna look at relight on. Lighting, relight on. I think it's brightened up. Let's see, hide live video. Okay. Retouch. All right. So there's a few more options in this newer. Okay, I'm just gonna put this over here just for a second. All right. So there's 12 fuses. Oh wait, will I still be connected? I might not be connected anymore. Lots brighter. Huh, that is pretty bright. Yeah, it's looking like, okay, so there's 12 fuses that I pulled, and the van's still running. Okay, I pulled about 3 from the passenger side, and then the rest, 9 of them from the driver's side. So I pulled I have 12 fuses in all. I used AI to tell me to pull fuses to the ones that could be possibly causing my battery to die. The AI says that it's likely the side doors, So those are no longer working. I should like to pull out the motor. I need to I need to replace the tracking, I think, on the side. A lot of guys made videos about tracking. So uh yeah, today I'm working with 12 fewer fuses, and I got them all listed here, but it's looking like I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to put any back in. I will say I noticed that the dashboard light seems a little brighter when I turn the van on, and I had to turn it down manually. I think every time I turn the van on, I have to turn the dashboard light back down, because I did pull out the backup memory for the radio, but that also might include the lighting for the dashboard. The lighting works. I don't think it remembers the previous setting. So that was interesting, but that's not a problem. I'll keep that fuse out regardless. If that's all I have to do is turn down the brightness. So I did not buy a kill switch for the battery. I just pulled fuses. I still have this backup battery. I'll probably have to keep that, $130. As long as you still have headlights. Yep, the headlights work. I think the brake lights probably should work. Yeah, there's some fuses that AI told me that absolutely should not be pulled. And then I forget who told me, I forget names, but somebody told me to turn down the car security system, and I did. I felt it move to the left. And now whenever I hit the steering wheel, there's no more clicks. So fewer clicks mean fewer trips, less. It's taking less electricity. There's less draw. So I think I've reduced the draw. Pulling 12 fuses should reduce the draw, plus reducing the sensitivity of the car security. So I guess I don't really need to pull this car security now. I think maybe my parasitic draw is solved. Uh, just like that. Um, yeah, I don't need heated seats. I really don't need heated side mirrors either. But I didn't really see that option. There's still one more I could have pulled. All right, the sockets in the back. There's a socket that I don't need, and I haven't pulled that yet. So I'll be thinking about that one. Not the socket in the front though. That's fine. I need that. But there was another one, right? Remote starter. I don't really need the remote starter, but I'm keeping that fuse plugged in because I'm not really sure. Yeah, there's a temporary thing. If I think I need, oh, you know what, one thing I may not have pulled was the rear. The rear door has a motor to open up and close as well. I don't recall pulling if I pulled that. So that could be another one that I could pull as well. So I am bare bones with the fuses. Just only using the electricity I need, and I really should not have any problems now with parasitic draw. I didn't even check. I didn't do any tests. I just had AI tell me, and the thing is, I had AI tell me which fuses to pull, and I relied on AI telling me from the internet. I relied on AI using information from the internet, and it got it wrong. I'm like, I looked at the panel, this. I looked at this panel, and I'm like, your numbers don't coordinate with my numbers on here. So I took a picture of this and showed it to the AI, and it's like, oh yeah, you're right. And so it interpreted what these meant, and then told me the non-essentials, and then it gave me a list of the ones on off of the picture, the list that I should pull. Simple as that. So if you ever need to pull fuses, show don't rely on the AI to just know off of the internet. Take a picture of the diagram, and then have AI read it and interpret what should be pulled. And it explained to me what some of these symbols or some of the acronyms mean. So, but that's not that important to know. I just needed to know which ones to pull. So that's done. No more parasitic draw. That problem is finished. I don't think I need to focus on the electricity so much anymore. I didn't lighten the load in this van. I want to make this van lighter. I'd like to remove all the speakers, because I don't know. I think I'll probably want to keep this van, just run it into the ground. So I want to make it as light as possible. So it's a good road trip vehicle. Okay. Yeah, I'm living out of it, and I've been hanging out in Newport for a week now, I think. I've been here a while. I've been checking out different places and doing little things here and there. Yeah, I don't need speakers. That's right. The fuse for the radio is disconnected. I don't have this alarm. There's this red flashing light for an alarm on the radio, and now it stopped flashing. I want to figure out how to pull the radio if I can. See what AI says about that. That's a future project. Just dump the radio. It's a 6-disc changer. My 2004 Ford Focus had a 6-disc changer, and that takes up a little room. I could use that space. Bose speakers, okay, they can go. Yeah, the I know I got speakers in the doors. The doors feel really heavy. I'd like to lighten up the doors. I think there's probably too much luxury in there. That's why I kind of prefer more of a transport van. But that's just not what I found. So I want to focus on oil next a little bit better. I wasn't very good with oil with my Ford Focus, and I overfilled it one time. Then I just gave up on it after that. I want to be on top of the oil at least, and the tire pressure. Reduce the weights. Yeah, there's motors in the doors. I'd like to remove the motor for the side door. The motor can be accessed from inside the van. So that's something I'd like to look into. I don't need that. I don't need those motors. The motors on the left side, the right side, I bet they're probably at least 10 pounds each. Can reduce that weight. But I want to be on top of the oil change, and it's hard for me to check the oil properly. I think the AI is kind of agreeing with me and telling me that one of the most important things is making sure that the vehicle is level. It said that not being perfectly level works, but I bought this like $3 level thing, and I'm keeping it in the center console. So I want to confer with it for a level surface, so that when I want to check for oil, I want to know I'm level. So I'll have this to look at. I have also the AI told me about an app that I could download that's a level, and it said that the gyroscope is really accurate on the phones. I did download the app, but I really want something more physical. The app would be, app works, but I'll just keep a little level with me in the van, and it'll make me think about checking the oil. Zap is here. Okay, hello. If you take out 200 pounds of stuff, you'll save what? Yeah, I'll probably save some weight on. It's not just gas. It's wear and tear on the vehicle, the rotors, the tires. You take pressure off. It's not just about gas. It's about the whole wear and tear thing. I tried to change the oil with a friend in Vancouver, and the nut was too tight. I didn't actually try myself. He was trying to take the nut off and wasn't successful. So now we have to get the professionals to do it at some point. So that's something to look into later. Uh, um, let's see. Am I? Yeah, I don't appear to be level on this Walmart parking lot. For some reason, I seem to be slanted towards the Walmart. Like the water, like if it rains, the water is going to flow to Walmart. That's kind of weird. Is there? Okay, somebody wants to know about ramen. Yeah, I would stay away from ramen. That's also called just soup in jail. You trade soups in jail. They're $1 each. I don't know why people eat that stuff. I wouldn't consider it currency. I never bought a single one myself. I did buy them back in 2014, 2015, just to experiment with them. But they seize up my gut. Ask for a new drain plug. It will only be like $5 more, but you can change it next time. Yeah, I need to ask for yeah. The one I have does is not is just too stuck apparently. So yeah, I need that's probably what it comes down to, is just, yeah, trying to get a new one there. If Walmart does that, or if any of those oil changing places, whoever it is. Okay. Yeah, that's down the line. The AI told me that the the computer can't tell me like what my level, the oil level is. It can only tell me the quality of the oil. There's a sensor that can tell the quality of the oil or the state of the filter. I'm not sure. Um, but it doesn't tell me how much oil I got in the van. I got to check that myself. There's no sensor to check the level of oil, I guess. You'll need to do a timing belt, water pump tensioner replacement. Yeah, what they call an interference. That's not the problem. That this they call an interference motor space between valves. There's something with this transmission where there's it like, and they say for some Honda Odysseys where you gotta where some of the pistons don't work for fuel efficiency. So I'm not sure if that's this model or not. So I got to look into that. But yeah, things seem to be running fine. It just goes based on miles driven every 5,000. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna be switching over to synthetic. I'll do synthetic oil. Does your oil life still display with all the fuses? I don't know. It should. Does my oil? Does the oil still show? I think it should. The dashboard light still comes on. I took out the TPMS tire pressure monitoring system. I pulled that fuse because the light was already on anyway. The light's still on. But I'm just going to have to check the tires manually. The system seems to trip out a little too soon. The tires look fine. I checked them once when the light went on and they're fine. 33 psi. I got it marked in the door panel here. So if I forget 33, I can check the door panel at least. And I should be checking the tires again. I use my bicycle pump to check the van tires, and if I need to add air, I'll pump away. I don't mind a little exercise, pumping up these tires. These tires can't be too big to pump with a bicycle pump. I know that the hose for the bicycle pump gets a little hot. I don't know if that could melt, but all the air pressure heats up the bicycle pump. I might need a more heavy-duty bicycle pump, but I don't want a motorized one. I'd rather pump myself. Yeah, I just got to stay on top of everything. I don't want any battery dying on me anymore. The engine light is on. I'll have to check what that's about again. It's turned off and then turned on, and then it was off, on, off again, then on. It's related to whenever I unplug the battery. But yeah, there's no kill switch, just pulling the plugs, pulling and keeping the security in there, just turning that down, and then yeah. And yeah, I could just sit and be fine. I should be able to just sit a full day without having to worry about the battery dying. It just barely died too. It barely couldn't start. I think if I would have started it an hour or two earlier, it might have started. But yeah, that was desperation. Yeah, the street lights are kind of tough to deal with. Oh, does your oil life? Yeah, I don't know if the oil life. Um, the the street lights are kind of a bother sometimes, and the sun too. Just how it shines inside at certain angles. Check engine light that was intermittent. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I could check that. I gotta say, I seen somebody on YouTube manipulate the windows with his machine. My window no longer opens. This one back here, that's something to. I pulled all the fuses for the slide door to, the motor to the slide door, but AI assured me that I didn't pull the fuses for the windows. So I want to work on those windows. So this guy showed that he couldn't open up the windows with the buttons anymore, but he could open up and close the windows with his computer. So I'd like to look more into that. to see the source of this window problem. I need to be able to open and close all my windows. The right passenger window acts weird. It acts weak. The driver's window is the strongest one. But I want to be able to cover them for the mosquitoes and keep them open for the summertime, because I'm sure it can get really hot in here. Yeah, I don't have any window screens. I got the meth heads let me keep my screens for my Ford Focus, but I can't fashion those into anything useful for this van. I still have them. I don't need them though. I still have them. I'll probably have to buy more screen. It's going to be pet nets. I'd prefer to use pet net. Just have to figure out how to apply it. I think I'll probably want to use Velcro. Lots of Velcro. Like the heavy duty Velcro stuff. Just and make sure I don't miss an inch. Mosquitoes can really exploit openings really effectively. And yeah, I need to increase the airflow in here for the summertime. I need a good defense against mosquitoes and good airflow. I'm thinking I'd like to get an air mattress for inside here. I kind of had an air mattress at the homeless camp that was abandoned, but I blew it up and then laid on it and then popped a hole in it because I didn't put anything soft on the bottom. It was kind of an old air mattress anyway. But I want to get a small air mattress, and then because I believe that the air provides cooling, more cooling than laying on cushions. Cushions are just too hot to lay on in the summer, but if I can lay on just air pretty much, or a water bed, air or a water bed, one of those two, probably best to do a air mattress. I think I can keep cooler just a little bit on an air mattress. So yeah, this is a 2009. I don't really need to have all those latest all those what do they call them? Just quality lights and whatever it's got. It's not needed. All the doors opening and closing by themselves. I don't need that. All right. Press and hold on all the windows at once. The guy showed that he could open all the windows at once with his machine. So that's built into the system as an option somehow. Yeah, I'll have to play with that more. I need this back window to be able to open and close. The slide door, I guess should be replaced. It's a little loose, it seems. The rollers tend to go out, and a lot of guys have made videos about replacing those rollers for the slide door. And some of the steps that they take with the motors and the wires, connecting the wires, I don't need those wires. I really don't even want those wires. I don't even want the motor. I would not even bother connecting those wires. Maybe even cut them. Just open and close the door by itself. There's just too much luxury in this type of vehicle. That's why I prefer a cargo van, but you know, cargo vans don't really have enough windows. I'd have to cut a hole in the side and figure out how to put a window in there. Whereas this one, I have windows all around. That's kind of nice. So yeah, that's it. That's the electrical is reduced. Now I got other things to. I shouldn't be stressed out about this now, and I can focus on other things. Just disconnect the wires. The motors are in the rear panels, not in the doors. No, the motors could be accessed from inside the van, I think. I saw a video on it. So yeah, that's a project that takes some time to do. I'm not having trouble with the doors opening and closing. It's just a little loose. I don't know if it'll get to the point where it just won't open and close. I'm not sure how bad it can get. Yeah, let's see. Anyway, you are braking. I can hear the wobble. You need to do your wheel bearings. Yeah, before it gets too bad. I can't. I don't know how you can hear a wobble, but yeah, I'm not really noticing any major problems. So um, I got these rotors I'm still holding on to. They're like, I think their value is $50 each. I think they're used too. Yeah, I want to feel the brakes. I think they're all pinch brakes. I want to feel how they are. Um, but I'm not hearing any major squeaking. I don't seem to. I mean, I let the Ford Focus brakes get really bad, and they still had life to them. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree. I don't know what the problem is with the brakes yet. I haven't noticed any problems. Did I do anything today? Yeah, I pulled those plugs, and then yeah, I did go on a bicycle ride today. I bicycled on the beach, recorded some of that for this channel actually. I can't really preview that because it's on this phone. Ford Focus everywhere has to be a lot of good memories. Yeah, I took that Ford Focus all over. Yeah, it's for 12 well, since 2008 I had it. Kind of a new vehicle at the time I bought it. In fact, when I bought it, it was 2008. This van didn't come out till 2009. So this type of van wouldn't even have been available at the time. But there would have been a 2008, I'm sure. Check Tide. Yeah, there's Tide pools. Yep, I saw that. I looked in a few. Free food? Okay. Yeah, if you're lucky. I didn't see anything. I guess there's. I saw a dead starfish on the docks. I took some video of that, of all the sea lions around here. Yeah, I bicycled. I took the highway to get to the lighthouse, and I got there at 4 o'clock, and they closed at 4:30, so I didn't have a lot of time. Oh, you've eaten starfish? Okay. Wow. I yeah, I didn't have to pay anything to bicycle in to see the lighthouse. You got to pay if you want to drive in. There's actually a guard there all day, and they live there too. They have campers or RVs right next to the guard shack. But it's on a cove. I bicycled in. I just wanted to check it out. And I could only see the pathway. That's the problem with Google. All right, Google Maps failed me. Okay. I asked Google Maps for a good bicycle route or even a walk route to get to that lighthouse. And it told me to take the highway on both the walk and the bicycle ride. And maybe it's because I asked from Walmart, but I'm like, on the way back, yeah, I found it very unpleasant to walk on that highway. I was going against traffic. Yeah, I had to go up a big hill, a few big hills. You went to the lighthouse in we're in Newport. You checked out the lighthouse in Newport. It's not near the parking. Well, you don't have to walk. You could park pretty close to that lighthouse. I don't know if are we talking about the same place? I mean, um, I found the highway unpleasant to get to the lighthouse from Agate Beach. Okay, I was hoping there'd be a trail, but I ended up walking as 0.6 miles, and that was unpleasant. I didn't like that. But then I got back on the side roads and then bicycling, and well, I had to walk a lot of hills. I don't know how much longer my chain's gonna last, so I don't want to put too much pressure on it. But it was nice to bicycle to the lighthouse. I got some video and all of that. That was pretty cool. And then on the way back, I decided to check the beach, more of Agate Beach, the north part of Agate Beach, and I could see that I could walk all the way back to my van pretty much. And so I brought the bicycle down to the beach and just bicycled back to my van on the beach instead of taking that highway. And that was a lot more. That's a big difference in pleasantness. And I just want to say, the last time that I bicycled on the Pacific Beach was in like 2014. It was a long time ago. Thinking about it, I mean, that's how time passes. You can't just bicycle on any old beach. They don't let anybody drive on that beach. It's forbidden, and it's very drivable. But they don't want people on it. I'm sure at one time cars were allowed on it because there was a bit of a there's a car path to get on there. Now that's only for emergency vehicles only, I think. But there was up until some point they were allowing people to drive onto that beach, and it gets busy on the weekends. Like where I was parked, there was quite a few people. It's almost full, half full. Not like one or two cars here and there on the weekdays. So that was interesting. I can understand why things are left on the beach. Seeing all those people hanging around, making fires, clamming. They had those clamming tools. Okay, Joe went to Newport Lighthouse, but it's not the one you were thinking of. They have a cat there, right? They have a cat. I wasn't allowed inside. The beach I got trapped in was somewhere in Washington. It was right off of the highway. You know, I can't quite remember exactly. The big pebbles. Yeah, it was Washington for sure. It had to have been. The trees, all the trees and stuff. But they do they let people in that lighthouse? I don't think anybody was going inside. I think it's just somewhere you just kind of walk around. And it's still active. It's an active lighthouse. They turn on the light at night. I've walked on the beach at night now, and I've seen it. So I don't know why they would let people in an active one. In a historic one, they let them in. Ones that are inactive. So yeah, I checked out the beach. It was, about a 3 3 mile bicycle walk just to check out the area a little bit. I've checked out the north and the south part of Newport, just getting around. And I'm about ready to check out another city, and that's going to be south of here. I'm going to head south. So parks in between here. I'll look for parks in between here and Florence to stop at. Visitors can climb steep stairs to the top. Yeah, I've been in lighthouses. If you're talking about a super tall, it's really it's a lighthouse. You're saying, because I know about the one in Astoria, Oregon, on the top of that hill. That's not exactly a lighthouse. That's just a super tall structure that maybe an artist made. You got to pay to park up there, but I park at, it's in Newport. Okay. Yeah, I'm only aware of this lighthouse. There's probably one south of here. I've walked up lighthouses before. I mean, I just yeah, I can understand some. Yeah, like they let you. Wait. I checked out a lighthouse for free in Monterey, California. They gave a free tour of a lighthouse. I can't remember if I walked up to the top or not. Yeah, I can't remember that. I stopped at a few lighthouses though, all Pacific Ocean ones. That's just yeah, that's what's around up and down the coast. Yep. Oh man. Yeah, that relighting really does work. That's amazing. For low light, it just bumps up the light. Well, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I just want to plan out what to do tomorrow. You're still waiting for your call, Annie. I was thinking of, was Oregon or Northern California. There's lighthouses. I don't know them all. I mean, there's lighthouses around. They all have different yeah, just different priorities. But yeah, I think I'll just stop this. I guess I really don't have much to say.